Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us here on KXAN Live. I am Will DuPree, and we have some big news to share at the moment coming out of Austin today. The Board of Regents for the University of Texas system has approved the Longhorns moving to the Southeastern Conference. So many of you may be wondering, what happens next? Well, to answer some of those questions, we have Sports Director for KXAN, Roger Wallace, joining us here in the KXAN Live studio to answer some more questions. Roger, welcome back. I feel like we just had this conversation about some of the preliminary steps. What a week it's been.
A week like I've never experienced here in, since actually the Southwest Conference. I came in here the last year of the Southwest Conference, but at breakneck speed this thing got done. It was a rubber stamp today from the Board of Regents and Regents Chair Kevin Eltife, President Jay Hartzell, Athletics Director Chris Del Conte, meeting this morning. They got it done. No pomp and circumstance, just we're ready to forge forward in 2025 to the SEC. Of course, that's what everyone's waiting for. When will that number change? Will they leave earlier? But yeah, this is a historic day for Texas and obviously for Oklahoma going together into the Southeastern Conference.
It's saying something that you said this is unlike anything you've seen in your career. That's a pretty big statement to make.
It's just because, as we talked about, Will, it's happened so fast. When you think about last Wednesday, nobody was talking about this at all, and then the Houston Chronicle breaks the story, and by Monday the wheels are in motion, and here we are on Friday, and it's a done deal. And now everyone's, I think, almost a little SEC Texas fatigue, because it's been so fast and so furious, and every day there's been that next step. Nothing has happened unexpectedly since Monday, when Texas and Oklahoma informed the Big 12 that they would not extend the media rights beyond 24-25. So here we are. People have had a chance to digest it. But the big key, Will, is what's it going to look like and when is it going to happen?
All right, we'll talk about that in just a moment, but I want to show a tweet that you brought my attention to, and so everybody can see it as well. This is from the athletic director for the University of Texas. He tweeted this morning saying, "We've been a tad busy, y'all." I mean, understatement of the year, Roger.
Yeah, that's
and in this picture.
There you see Chris Del Conte and President Hartzell right there on that conference call. The Board of Regents meeting was a call. It wasn't in person, different from Oklahoma. So no video, only audio. And again, no press conference afterwards, no pomp and circumstance. And I think that's calculated, Will. I think, first of all, it's out of respect to the Big 12 because they have to work with them. And while it's gotten a little ugly this week and the Big 12 has made accusations that the wheels have been in motion for a long time, and some promises might have been broken, I think Texas realizes that they still have to get along with them for at least this calendar and school and academic year, and maybe beyond. And so I don't think they wanted to have kind of a pep rally style availability. I think it was just the opposite when Texas A&M went to the SEC. I think they wanted to make it a big deal and, for lack of a better term, rub it in everyone's faces. I don't think Texas wants that. I think when there's a date that they're joining the SEC, then you will see something different. But I think they put out the information. They move on. Football practices starts a week from today. Steve Sarkisian next Thursday will probably be the first Longhorn athletic personnel to speak in an official capacity about this, because it's about fall practice, not because it's about the SEC. But obviously that topic's going to come up. So they're kind of treating it business as usual. Here, it's official.
Even though this is a monumental change for everybody, I also wanted to call attention to a tweet from the University of Alabama, of course, the powerhouse in the SEC, releasing this statement there from both the University of Alabama president and also the director of athletics.
Well, and the director of athletics, Greg Byrne, is the son of former Texas A&M athletic director Bill Byrne, who was in the middle of a lot of contentious moves between the two schools. So interesting how this business works. But yeah, University of Alabama. I talked to some people in Birmingham in our business, some colleagues, and of all the schools in the SEC, I think Alabama right now, they aren't blinking about this. Now, the Nick Saban era is going to end, and then you would think they would come back to the pack a little bit, but not anytime soon. So if you take away the emotion of it, Will, I think the SEC schools, for the most part, believe, yes, we make the most money. We are the most dominant on the field. We've won 11 out of the last 15 national titles, but things change. So this is positioning the Southeastern Conference. This isn't a gift. They're not just lobbing a gift to Texas and Oklahoma saying, here's a lifeline, come join us. They see a lot of value in those schools. I got on U.S. News and World Report today, Will, and Texas is only behind the University of Florida of the public institutions in the SEC based on that ranking. I know there are a lot of rankings, but just based on that ranking, the University of Florida is the only SEC school, public university, ahead of Texas on those rankings.
A rabid fan base for sure built into the Longhorns. For anybody that may not know kind of what led up to this, talk about the decision yesterday, the SEC voting unanimously to bring in Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's a formal process where the SEC has to make sure that it appears as if they didn't come to these schools to poach them. So therefore the wording is the schools have to approach the SEC and basically ask to be invited. It's like when you're a kid, hey, you can invite me to your party. That's what they had to do. Before they did that, they had to inform the Big 12 that they're going to take that next step. So a lot of procedure. So the SEC votes after Texas asks for the invitation, and Oklahoma does, and then Texas turns around and votes on the SEC vote that was taken because Texas and OU asked to be joining the conference. So yesterday and today were kind of no-brainers, what was going to happen with those votes.
This was basically just a procedural step to get us to this point.
Yep, and now the lawyers roll up their sleeves, and both sides are saying it. The wording is July 1st, 2025, and that will not change legally until a deal is done to make it an earlier date, and most believe 1 year in the Big 12, maybe 2 years in the Big 12, and then Texas and Oklahoma will start competing in the SEC. It's hard to imagine 4 years of this, but there's a lot of money on the line. Big 12 wants to hold on to those schools as long as they can, and the eyeballs that come with that.
Do you know why that change won't happen kind of immediately, that they wouldn't leave the Big 12 like, tomorrow?
Well, it's not feasible. They could turn around and put together schedules and things like that in 1 year, and that would be just disastrous to the Big 12, and you just logistically couldn't do it. Now next year is still pretty tight. For instance, Alabama's scheduled to play Texas in a non-conference game next year. Obviously, that would turn into, depending on what the SEC schedule looked like, either they play as a conference. Either way, Texas is going to have to replace that game. Will they play 9 non-conference games like they do in the Big 12? The SEC only plays 8, so they have 4 non-conference games in their schedule. I think Texas would love 4 because that gives them another home game, because they're tied to that OU game in Dallas, and every other year they're the home team, which under normal circumstances would be a home game, a home gate, everything that goes into the economics of Austin for a weekend, not to mention the home field advantage. So a lot has to be worked out, but not realistic. They could just turn around and start playing football in the SEC this year, even next year. They're on the 40 acres. Once this deal is done, if it's going to be next year, they are going to be scrambling with all the things that you and I can't even think of that they have to do.
Wow, such a huge change for sure. You did mention that next week the Longhorns start their football training. That will be a big question that will come up to the new head coach. What a way to start.
Yeah, Thursday is my best guess is he will talk for the first time the day before practice starts. And of course, Steve Sarkisian came to Texas from Alabama on Nick Saban's staff. He was the offensive coordinator, national champions. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of conversation about jumping to the SEC. And he's going to be a little handcuffed, Will. He's going to have to stick to the 2025 wording until he knows something different. And here's what they're going to ask him, Will. They're going to say, what about recruiting? What are you telling recruits? Because they want to know. 2025, that's a whole recruiting class that won't see the SEC if you're talking about 2025. Not realistic. But what are you telling recruits? Are you telling them, it says 2025, but really we'll probably be there? He can't say that publicly. So he's going to have to do some tap dancing and some sidestepping unless amazingly something is done here in the next week that would move up their exit.
All right. Well, Sports Director Roger Wallace is still joining us, and we appreciate you coming on and answering all these questions because there are so many loose ends to kind of tie up about this, but such a big week for you all.
It is, and a lot of information has yet to come, and we've talked about it. I've talked about it with Andrew Snicker before in here. We haven't even mentioned the other sports, and this is a monumental impact for so many other sports in men's and women's athletics. But football pays the bills, drives the boat, flies the plane, whatever you want to say. So right now, that is the focus.
All right. Well, again, if you would like to read more information about all of this, it's available right now. It's one of our top stories on our website, as you all could imagine, over on KXAN.com. Roger, thank you again for being here. We appreciate it.
Oh, it was a pleasure, Will.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much again for watching. Will DuPree again here in the KXAN Live Studio. We'll see you back here throughout the day with other updates. So stick around, and everybody take care.